We all in this thing together.
Too many steps to
Gotta
go.
work it out.
This are
the where you gonna put your little thing. This are gonna be the pen like where
Registration.
no like where like the call.
Tell me your name and where we are.
Yeah, Robert Gisdale, St. Thomas Hayfield.
You're a farmer.
Yes, I am a farmer.
Yeah, what is happening? Challenge.
Well, the road, what you been do little light, but most I need to clean up. I then do half and left half. So it's in a bad condition. And me ask the Prime Minister, please, for your help. See, me ask you for your chain, steel chain, sir, to do the farming because you know a cutlass, you have to use a chop up everything and it's not easy. So please, Mr. Prime Minister, me ask you for your steel chain, sir, to help me on the farm. Because you know we have to plant food to support the people and you see.
So if you want to contact you, what number is
Contact me here. The mayor, Mr. Laws. When him call him, he will get to me. Mm. Ready?
contact?
All right, good
Name and
morning.
where?
I'm from Hayfield. My name is Dorrit Cameron. And I need the road. I go on the road ready and working because it's my road. But I do plenty work on that road because the children have to go to school and when they're passing on the road, the grass them and meet them. When they go to school, them borrow. We don't like that. I go on the road and work last week. I don't know, nobody don't send me, but I go and work. And anybody can go see what I do. And I need some help in my farm too. I get little fertility where the but it is not enough because the coffee are plenty. And sometimes we are poor, don't have anything. So please, we are asked for another little help with little more fertilizer. And even a little thing where I can get 2 man to help me and to do my little farming. And I will be thankful of that. But we need the road more than hard.
How long you farming now?
Well, if I hear now that for me about 15 years old, me I work till now. I mean, I'm 72 now, so you must know. And me work on the road. Nobody not give me no work, but me just work. Right. So thankful to say that. Nothing more to say.
What's your name? Where we are?
Good morning. I'm from I living in Hayfield. I'm Gladys McDermott.
Gladys McDermott. Yes. What's the
Yeah.
challenge you have as a farmer?
Ah, no help to do anything, but I try my best to do my farm because it's just me and my husband alone, and he's sick now, so the farm is in a bad condition right now. But I'm trying to do what I can do for myself because we have no one to help us.
So when you farm and ready to carry out the produce, how challenge it is
Well,
there?
really, I sell. Sometimes some people come in and buy, and sell going to market. So that's how I get my things out. So
Why taking me in your camera?
Alright, nice.
Tired. You have tired.
How's the garden come? Anyone? Anybody work on the garden lately? No. Let me look. Yeah, I need that.
Come on,
Classmates, you know, we go high school together. Yeah, that way I carry. Yeah. We got them like maybe a year ago. So.
Phone number, please.
574.
574. Put the signature right here, please.
That's what I told you. No, me tell you tell Sonia. Me tell you to tell Master Will. Me know Master will not care.
412 4260.
So tell Sonia.
124.
260.
Me not even believe these 25 people. We didn't just say something. Just to say something.
Mikey.
Right, girl?
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Testing for clarity. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Décor. Ouais, flash drive.
Me not know when nothing happens. Mr. Dixon, where we put the fertilizer? Yeah, just put it right there. Yeah, just put it right there. Try every and 10 minutes more to tell you what to put it.
Sit down again.
Some people still don't see that it's devotion time. We are together again, just praising the Lord. We are together again, in one accord.
Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, Mr. Wayne Hunter, I think he's on his way, and also Mr. Gerald Bryan, they are on their way. Our chairperson for today's function, Mr. Sebright Dixon, Senior Advisory Officer. Other advisory officers of the JACRA group, representative from the Warren Bay Fire Station, representative from National Land Agency,
JAS, Jamaica Agricultural Society, Jamaica 4-H Club, RADA, Archos NTA, members of the school board, teachers, students, staff, our community member here, farmers from Hayfield community and our neighboring communities. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to Hayfield Primary and Infant School for this grand occasion, a special handing over ceremony and the launch of the 7-Eleven Coffee Project. Today is truly a remarkable day in our institution as we gather to celebrate not just partnership, but also a shared vision for the future of our students, our local agriculture, and our national development. We are deeply honored to have JACRA on board. Your continued commitment to the growth and sustainability of Jamaica's agricultural sector is truly inspiring. This initiative, the 7-Eleven Coffee Project, serves as a beacon of innovation and collaboration, which we are privileged to be a part of. To our students, today, you will never forget this day. In years to come, you are going to remember this day, this special ceremony. The opportunity you will learn about agriculture, particularly the importance of coffee as a vital commodity in our economy. This project teaches you about agriculture's role in our daily lives and demonstrate the power of community and collaboration in building a brighter future for all. Students, you are the future farmers, entrepreneurs, leaders of this country. And this experience will equip you with knowledge and skill that will benefit you in years to come. This project will allow us to collaborate more with our farmers. Hayfield community is a farming community. So having our own coffee planted on the hill there, which was recently planted with the support of the members of the JACRA group, we really appreciate that. We are a farming community, so now we can have our community members and farmers more involved in life here at school. As we move forward with this exciting collaboration, let us remember that each step we take towards learning, growing, and developing as individuals, as a community, help to build a stronger and more resilient Jamaica. Once again, I would like to express my appreciation to JACRA for choosing our school as one of the partners for this impactful project. And I look forward for great things as we will work to accomplish these together. I wish for everyone an inspiring and successful day. Thank you.
Put your hands together for that very dynamic and comprehensive welcome and also overview from our dear principal. I want to say up front 2 or 3 weeks ago, and today we are here again. As for the team of JACRA, I want to say that today, and I said going to be the last day to be here now, but AP is putting us under pressure. Why pressure? People throughout the length and breadth of Jamaica, especially in the Blue Mountain area, are asking us when is their time. So we have to move to other area shortly. But one of the reasons why we are here today again, AP, when it comes to discipline and well-behaved set of people, AP can say number one in that area. Put your hand together for that statement there. Also, in the capacity of past president of Justice Peace Association of St. Thomas Chapter, Well, was very fortunate to have a office by RADA. And based on that, Mr. Parish Manager, today I'm going to ask you to open the innings in bringing greetings. Put your hand together for our Parish Manager of RADA, Mr. Stevenson.
Of course, to all the stakeholders, and Jackra in particular. It's a good day. The surroundings is beautiful. The weather is very nice. We feel very welcome to be here at Hayfield, and school is very well kept. As Mr. Sivride said, very disciplined. I like it. On behalf of RADA though, let me just say that, of course, it is always a pleasure to be here amongst our farmers. Throughout the length and breadth of Jamaica, our farmers is the backbone of this country. It is the industry that employs most of the people in Jamaica. So of course, it is with pleasure that the farmers are here, and RADA, the agency with chief responsibility for farming sector, we are most happy to be here. Amongst the other agencies, 4-H, NLA, and FIRSAN, I think. So it is with pleasure that we come and we are able to be a part of this launch. Of course, the fire brigade, let me apologize, and of course the media. So we want it to be a day that, as the principal said, we will remember for a very long time. And I know when you're a student and you're coming up, these are the events that, you know, when you get much older, you look back on and say, oh, you remember that day? So we want it to be that day when you're the farmers of the future. In these communities, we don't want to see these communities die, right? Because we know a lot of people are moving out of these communities because of the various amenities that are not afforded to the communities. As I was coming up, you know, the extent of the road network and what is happening to, you know, the conditions of the road and how it takes to get here. It is very difficult, right? And the type of vehicle that you have to have. Now, we want to make a special plea to whoever it is, you know, including RADA, Ministry of Agriculture, and the various other agencies to, you know, do the collaboration so we can keep the road networks open, so the farmers can, you know, do their due diligence, and these communities can continue to strive and get better and better in terms of production and productivity for the years to come. Of course, coffee is a very important commodity to the country. It is a major foreign exchange earner, and we hope and pray, and with our work as community members, as farmers, as agencies, we want to see the further development of the coffee industry, of course, so that, you know, farmers in the communities can earn what they're supposed to earn, to make a decent living, continue to send their kids to school, and to, you know, partake of all that the country has to offer. So please feel welcome. RADA is here. We're here for the long haul, and we are here to support our farmers in any way possible. Thank you for having us.
Farmers, one of the responsibilities of Jackra is to ensure that all our stakeholders are here. Maybe I'm very fortunate when I'm traveling out on an occasion, all the stakeholders is on my team. And one of the person this morning was very, very early. Although there is no fire to out at Hayfield this morning, I'm going to ask the fire person, Mr. Harris, to come and bring greetings. Put your hand together for a fireman, because sometimes fire can be up here. But once with the fire truck, you know, it can go everywhere.
Morning, everyone. I greet you well. It's a privilege to be here this morning. Well, we always come at these places when there is fire. So I'm happy this morning that we are here, not because of fire, but we are here to share in this very, very special gathering. And I just want to say that we are happy to be here. And we just want to remind you that fire is a very dangerous thing. And we must always be prepared. So boys and girls, remember not to play with fires. And for the community members, this is a farming community. So when we are lighting rubbish, we must be mindful that it don't spread to nearby farms. So this morning I just want to encourage all of us to just listen carefully and just enjoy the service. Amen.
Mr. Fire, also in our midst from very early is our National Public Relations Officer, Mr. Morgan. I'm not going to ask him to really bring greeting, but Mr. Morgan, can you show yourself along with Miss Laurie? Also, sometime you have to balance the equation now. At this time, I'm going to ask Miss 4H to come and bring greetings. Miss Byfield, put that together for our 4H person.
Good morning, everyone. Jackra's team, RADA personnel, NLA personnel, JAS personnel. Miss Ramakan, thank you for having us this morning. Well, the Jamaica 4-H Clubs is basically about youth development, and more so youth development in terms of agriculture, food production, and its related field. And so this morning, the Jamaica 4-H Clubs, me representing it, is very proud to know that we are a part of this process this morning. And I'm even happier to know that Hayfield Primary School is an active 4-H club, and this gift that they're getting, this highlight, brings so much joy to my heart to know that my 4-H club, one of my 4-H babies, is receiving this highlight this morning. And I can tell from I came this morning, the excitement on Ms. Ramakan's face, my 4-H leaders, my 4-H clubbites, and the rest of the school staff. And I just want to extend gratitude to Jackra for this opportunity, and not just for the school, but for the entire community. And our related partners. Stakeholder engagement is very, very important. And without stakeholders engagement, then we couldn't have this opportunity. We couldn't have this today. And so I want to thank even the farmers, the community members who are really integral in the development of the institution and its processing in the educational development, right, of our youth. And I want to ask that not just for community, but lender, and every time Ms. Ramakan and the school administration call on you for the more development of our youth. And thank you very much again for extending your invite to the Jamaica 4-H Clubs, and we wish you a great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Byfield. At this time, I'm going to ask Archos to come and, because Archos is very, very important, because Archos is a very comprehensive organization who ensure that the young people are well taken care of. And Mr. Archos, on your way up there, sir, I hope that you can arrange some seminar, possibly on your own, so that you can have young people address them.
Good afternoon again to everyone. My name is Nicholas Walker from the Heart St. Thomas Parish Office. I'm the currently acting recruitment officer. One of our objectives is to facilitate training for younger persons, but today, given the type of forum, we also facilitate training for farmers. From time to time, we would partner with 4-H, so Ms. Byfield can testify to that. And the reason for that is, being a farmer, there is always room for improvement and upskilling. And you upskilling yourself, it means that you can yield a greater return on your productivity in whatever you're doing. So that's the role we play in terms of assisting farmers. Some of the skill heroes we normally assist farmers in obtaining certification. We have poultry, we have farm supervisory management, and I think livestock, right? Also, for persons that wants to migrate or to go overseas to do employment, that is an added benefit for you having your certification. So that's what I have to share at this time.
Thank you. you know, amazed you have a strong team from the National Lands Agency. And I'm going to extend not only greetings to them, but for them to give you a little overview on the land matter, especially in St. Thomas. Put your hand together for Mr. McFarlane, Regional Land Officer, to come and tell you how best you can get your land, title and so forth. So Mr. McFarlane, I'm not going to just restrict you to greetings, but you can give a little overview, because land, most time people fight over land, you know, and kill people over land. So this is a very, very important part. Mr. McFarlane, I'll give you your time, sir. You don't have to be a greetings, just I'll give you the privilege, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to you all. Well, name is McFarlane. I'm from the National Land Agency and I have a team here also. And I must also say that we are based at the RADA office. And also, you could come and do all your land matters there. But this morning, I'm so glad to come because we try to partner with JACRA. Anywhere that they go, we now will try to be with them that we can promote the National Land Agency's activities. I'm going to read their mission statement, our mission statement. It says the National Land Agency is mandated to ensure that an efficient and transparent land titling system that guarantees security of tenure, a national land valuation database that supports equitable property taxation, optimal use of government-owned lands, and a basic infrastructure on which to build a modern spatial information system designed to support sustainable development. Within some areas, we'll find where a number of persons would have problems with land documents. Within the National Land Agency, we have the land management and, well, a land administration and management division. We will try to assist persons, and I'll use the word, you have a lot of persons saying that they have dead left lands. The lands are still in the name of their relative. But the mandate of the National Land Agency is to help persons to move from that person to their live persons to get it. The land people that comes to our office, at the RADA office, every last Tuesday of the month. You could come there and we could assist you in whatever documentation you may need to use to get for the land. So this morning I will just give you, we have brochures on the land matters. So if after this function you could ask us and we will be able to assist you, and I will be able to answer any question that you may require. Thank you. Who wants to say our title, but you have persons who may art, persons with titles. If your name is on a title, then you'll be able to transfer the title to your relatives or add new names to the title. One of the major things, there are two things on a title. You have a tenancy in common or a joint tenancy. The joint tenancy is where the land, one person would have passed on, the land automatically goes to the other parties. So all you need to do is to note the death of that party. For tenants in common, each person have their own share. The land don't automatically, I say it's 4 person and it's equal share. That one, the person who dies, that land don't automatically goes to anybody. They would have to seek letters of administration or a probate. So that you now need to get a lawyer to assist you in doing that change. There are also things where persons are saying they are paying taxes in their name. The paid by does not appear on our system. It is the original name. So you can't be saying that my father owned the property, but because he passed and I'm paying it, I own the property. No, the property is still owned by the father. So you have to do the paperwork in getting. That's why we're still mentioning that the land persons can assist you. So where you have a problem with your land, don't just do it behind us. Come to us, we'll ask you, we'll advise you accordingly.
JS in the parish, also JS is a very powerful organization. JS is the one that's supposed to get the groups them together, get the farmers together. JS is really the farmers parliament. So put your hand together for both of them. Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott will just give you a brief overview, and then Ms. Skirvin will go in more details about JS. Mr. Scott, put your hands together, Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott worked for JS until the year started grey and white. When I know him, he is black, but he's getting white now. Mr. Scott.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Let me first of all welcome each and every one of you here, the agencies and stakeholders here, our parish manager for RADA, our Mr. McFarlane National Land Agency, the Fire Brigade, and the Jamaica Forest Club. The Forest Club is our youth arm, the youth arm of the Jamaica Agricultural Society. And also to welcome, Ms. Skirvin is here with me from the office, and also the JAS Hayfield branch. I know Mr. Deans is here, we welcome because he's an integral part of the Hayfield JS branch. And as we look at our theme, investing into communities, we can clearly see that the JS is investing in that by having a JS branch here, is investing in the community as well. That is an important factor. And I'd urge the branch, based on the road that I've seen here, to send a resolution in to the JAS for our parish annual general meeting so that we can send this resolution on at the national AGM so that the roads to Hayfield can be fixed. Because at the national level, we can send that on to the ministry that is responsible for roads in Jamaica, or for farm roads, or parish council roads, whichever one is necessary. And I want to make special mention, you see, there's somebody that I want to make special mention of, is Dalgo Bennett. Dalgo Bennett served the school as chairman for 12 years, and he was a member of the RADA team. And I thought it very fitting for me to this morning to say, because he has been with us in Denby at the JS and all of that at the Denby show, very integral in the whole the farming community here in Hayfield, and I thought it was necessary for us to mention it. And also to say that the JS is responsible for the organization of the farmers of Jamaica, and the RADA is responsible for to give technical support on that basis. So I'm going to just hand over to Ms. Skirvin now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, farmers, students of the Hayfield Primary, our stakeholders who are present. Mr. Dixon had mentioned that I will be doing the overview of the JS, but based on what Mr. Scott just said, there is no need for me to do an overview because Mr. Scott is very knowledgeable about the operations of the Jamaica Agricultural Society. Also, the fact that we have a group in Hayfield and also in Castle Hill, and I can recognize many of the members here present today at this very special handing over ceremony. They would be knowledgeable of the Jamaica Agricultural Society. And we are a farmers membership organization. But today I am very happy that this initiative is being launched in Hayfield. Reason, Hayfield is a coffee farming area. Also, being a deep rural farming community, initiatives like these that speaks to the development of the farmers, the development of community and investment in our children, as the theme states, investing in communities and restoring the coffee industry. Not too long ago, farmers were in cahoots with the development of coffee in terms of there were fallouts, farmers not getting the right prices, farmers giving up in the industry. This initiative by JACRA speaks to the future of farming for Hayfield. And I will also speak to what I noticed when it comes on to JACRA and Mr. Dixon. Whenever you go into a function that is hosted by JACRA and Mr. Dixon is the lead, the students are always involved, the school is always present. It's as if Mr. Dixon's mantra is, no school should be left behind as it relates to agriculture and agricultural development. And we are pleased to be here today, and I am happy to be a part of this very important event Miss Finnekin, who is our parish manager at the Jamaica Agricultural Society in St. Thomas, she was not able to be here, but she sends her regards to the farmers of Hayfield, the farmers of Cassie Hill, and the students of Hayfield Primary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As mentioned earlier, Jackra have responsibility for cocoa, coffee, pimento. Thank you about the various crops that Jackra involved into. Miss Rule?
Hello everybody. Nice to make your acquaintance. I've been here for the past few weeks and I can say the people here are very kind, very loving, and they've made me feel very welcome in the community. So I thank you for that. Alright. As Mr. Dixon previously mentioned, Jackra regulates cocoa, coffee, pimento, turmeric, ginger, nutmeg, and coconut. With respect to coffee, Jackra is responsible for the licensing and monitoring of all the coffee stakeholders, which include dealers, processors, farmers, anybody who have anything to do with coffee. Simply because it is an important commodity in Jamaica, Jackra regulates that and ensure that everybody, not only us, but persons overseas who would try to use our products to make a quick buck, or the name of our products to make a quick buck, they have to be regulated in order to put the name Blue Mountain, either coffee, ginger, turmeric, or anything like that, on any of their products. Alright, one sec. Moving on, with regards to spices now, one of our main commodities that we regulate is pimento, which, as you can see over there, we have some grafted tree seedlings. Jackra has an initiative right now where we are trying to bolster the pimento industry and bring it back to where it was. A lot of our pimento has died because of greed. We can't put it any other way more than say it's greed caused it, because not only with the jerk industry, but there are actually persons who use pimento wood to make stuff like candles or canes or stuff like that, because the way how the wood naturally grows warps it and make it beautiful to make a nice cane or a umbrella handle or whatever custom. So because of that now, a lot of our trees died. And the ones that didn't die, persons called workless, because they are male trees which do not bear fruit. But what people don't know is that these trees actually have, they're actually still very, very valuable. The fruit of the pimento plant has the least amount of pimento. So the leaves and the twig actually have a stronger amount of pimento. So if you want, you can actually dry the leaves, dry the sticks of the male tree. And if you're a person who is going into business like making pimento oils, the male tree is like the perfect tree for you, because you won't be compromising yourself by cutting off branches that would have bear pimento fruit, berries that you're going to sell. You have a tree that not bearing any berries, so you can just use it to make your oils or for jerk if it's that you choose. And going off on a tiny tangent, there are persons who actually harvest the oils and use those droplets of oils or other wood in order to get that pimento flavor, rather than cutting down a tree to use a branch to do your jerk. Alright, so as I said before, approach grafting is one technique that we're using to bring back the pimento sector, because we're able to take a seedling and graft a viable, full-bearing, disease-free mother tree to a seedling, and by next year we have a tree that is bearing. Might not be bearing as to the maximum potential, but in 5 years you have maximum potential and you are certain that you will have a bearing tree, versus you plant 100 seeds and 5 of them come female and 95 come male, so you're still in the same position if you were a person going out for berries. We're doing the same thing with the nutmeg industry. Those small plants at the front are nutmeg plants. Not many people have seen them. Nutmeg grows in a similar casing like ackee, believe it or not. And when that opens, that's when we get the nutmeg plant. Nutmeg also has male or female trees. As such, we're doing the same initiative where we graft them in order to have more female trees, which would have more being produced for us all. Our ginger and turmeric, we also have similar technologies, although none of this not happening in a lab, where we're doing single bud technology. So instead of we plant a big piece of ginger like this to get our crops, we're now planting literally a piece like this section joint of my hand, and you get similar or if not better yield because you're using what you would have naturally planted or one place to plant even like almost an entire row, because it just need one bud, as it says, single bud, to get it growing. So those are ways in which Jackra has been helping the turmeric and ginger industry, the nutmeg and pimento industry, and securing the coffee and coconut industry with our regulation practices. Thank you very much. I will now pass back the mic to Mr. Dixon.
And she's very knowledgeable, you know. So based on that, the people of AP can adopt her, you know, as their daughter. Already? Okay. I just want to officially Acting Director General of Jackra, Mr. Wayne Hunter. So Hunter, yes. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Also, Mr. Gerald Bryan, Acting Manager of the Advisory Service nationally. Okay. At this it's a good day. So based on that, farmers, since all the stakeholders are here today, I'm going to allow 5 minutes. Any burning question on your mind at this time, you can come and ask it. I'm just giving some time for the Acting Director General to really settle down. Also, any question on your mind? Because today you have the art people, you have the lands, you have RADA, Jackra, JS. Any pressing question you want to ask us? Do not come here today with a heavy load, and I want you to leave very lightly. Colonel Deans, any question? Anybody want to ask any question to us? Yes, can stand please.
Speakers who mentioned the roads,
right?
Yes. I realized that their argument was on fixing, but those roads have been fixing and then deteriorating because of lack of maintenance. So I'd like to add to the negotiations that they will be making going forward with the relevant stakeholders, that they should try and put in a maintenance program where probably people from the same community will be used to run this maintenance program.
Okay,
I
sir.
think that's the main reason why the roads don't last long.
Very important, sir. I think maybe presentation. So he's going to speak to that in his presentation, sir. I think you have saw the notes in his presentation. Okay. But what I can say to you farmers, since our last meeting up here, you see some urgent improvements on the road. I want to put together for our media, because those are persons who really cover the event. And they interview about 2 farmers who spoke on behalf of Hayfield persons or farmers about the road. So you see some improvement, some bushing and so forth. Okay? Mr. Deans, you want to ask a question, sir? When you are united together, you know, you can move mountain. So use today as a testimony to be united. It's one of the main reasons why I ensure that all the stakeholders are here. And in the meantime, let me apologize for Inspector Burke. He had an emergency, but nevertheless, he's still sending some officers to be here this morning. Mr. Deans?
Good afternoon. My name is Recive. What I have to say about Hayfield, there is so many money spent on Hayfield Road, but through bad management, because I can tell you that we have the European Union work on Hayfield Road, and they work on certain parts, and then move off and leave it, some part don't fix. You have one time again they come up, we get from the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, and then do a part, and you're supposed to have somebody like you have the leg man to work on it. We still don't get that. We get a next piece of work through the RADA program. After the RADA program, they said they're gonna give you Barber Green Road. They give you a part, 1 quarter asphalt with no 1 quarter asphalt, and don't get the other gravel. If you look on the road, you see where we should have get just a little wall. Just like when I said, through one nail, you lose the house. You have one little wall to build, and instead of when them come, then lean the road so, and turn the water upon the road. And the water go down on the other side of the road, travel about 2 miles down on the road. I call the RADA people, I call the Ministry of Agriculture, and all of those people. And that is the reason why the road continue mashing up. Because each time, this person come, say do this, but we're not getting the real that we should get out of it. That is what I have to say.
I'm going to ask the Hayfield Primary School and Infant School to come and do their special item. Welcome them for me, please. As a chief judge, this piece deserves. It also give our guest speaker, Mr. Jeremy Hines, to come and briefly introduce our guest speaker. Put your hand together for me.
Thank you, Chairman, Sir Dixon. I know I'm introducing the guest speaker, but put your hands together for Mr. Dixon and the wonderful job that he's been doing in the parish of St. Thomas over the years. Students, teachers, stakeholders, colleagues, a pleasant morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Yes, man, I'm happy to be here. I've been coming here several times for the last couple of weeks, and I must say, I'm thankful God has given us sunshine today. That's true. It's been raining a lot, and now we have the tarpaulin up, and it's not to protect you from the rain. It's from the sun. So give God thanks. All right, so the awesome task is mine this morning to introduce the guest speaker. And it is a pleasure. I tell you why. Last week when Mr. Dixon, I won't be long, I promise. But last week when Mr. Dixon called me and told me that, Jeremy, you're going to introduce the guest speaker, I said, yes, man. No problem. You know why? In the short time I've been here at Jackra, just 1 year, Mr. Wayne Hunter, his work and his worth, if you may, has spoken for itself. He is no stranger to the parish. He was just here just a few weeks ago, for those of us who are at the handing over ceremony at the lawn. Right? You can attest to that. He's definitely no stranger to the parish or to the rural communities. He has provided assistance in Woburn Lawn, Bethel Gap, Hayfield community, and now we're here again just a few weeks later at the primary school. And just by virtue of him being here, it's an indication of his dedication and continued commitment towards community development, community building, nation building. As we are here, you know, he's showing his interest in the future leaders of tomorrow with the students here. So ladies and gentlemen, when I say put your hands together, I mean put your hands together and make him feel welcome, right? Mr. Wayne Hunter. And I close with this. I recently learned that he is also an old boy of my alma mater, Jamaica College, JC, one of the best schools on the island, yes? And our motto there is Fervet Collegiate, Opus in Campus. Now what that means? May the college flourish, work is burning in the field. So stakeholders, farmers, teachers, students, I'll leave you with this. May the parish and the community flourish. Work is definitely burning in the field. I thank you. Make welcome Mr. Wayne Hunter.
Thank you, Jeremy. To the Master of Ceremony, Mr. Dixon, school community, Hayfield Primary School, to the members of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, or stakeholders, I saw JAS, and all other stakeholders that are present with us today. Pleasant good afternoon to you all. Warmest of greetings to all the farmers that are gathered this afternoon. Put your hands together for the farmers. And now a bigger round of applause to all the women in farming. We must recognize that the importance of women, not only in society as it is, but also in farming. We've seen the resilience of women in farming, and I must say that before I leave St. Thomas today, I would like to have a little chat with all the women aside. Men don't feel no way, but you know, we do have a program that is centered or geared to and youth in agriculture. And since I'm here on this side of the island, I just want to be able to ensure that we capture women in agriculture on this side. All right? All right. Now, Hayfield, we don't come here today for any show or any form of theatrics. If you want that, you can find the theater for that. But when we come out of office, we took time away from our administrative or other functions just to meet with our farmers one-on-one. We recognize the need during that of Hurricane Beryl, and the assistance program continues. Now we saw a few days ago rain from Recive, and that compounds some of what we had already achieved in the recovery on the Beryl, and so we have to now redouble our efforts to ensure that we reach, meet, and treat with the needs of the farmers. No, that is a mandate that I carry because that is a mandate that was given to me. That is a mandate that was given to me by the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Floyd Green, and that of our chairman, Wentworth Charles. We have to now treat with the farmers and their needs in order to ensure that agriculture is on the rebound. Agriculture is important not only for economical sustenance, but also for our own development as a nation. All right. So the last time we were here, we did some fertilizers and we did some, chemicals and some seedlings. Now we are on this side again, and we have on the upward of 400 coffee seedlings. And let me just say, as I said, seedlings. Jackra does not sell seedlings. All of our seedlings and chemicals and fertilizers that we distribute to the farming communities across the 14 parishes, they are free of cost. If you ever hear of a Jackra officer or representative talk about the selling and collecting for that, you can have my office number, and that office will treat with all of those matters. Again, I repeat for emphasis, we do not sell seedlings. We don't sell coffee seedlings. We don't sell cocoa seedlings, pimento, turmeric, ginger, or nutmeg. Neither do we sell fertilizers nor chemicals. All of them are already paid for, and that they are for free distribution to the farming community. All right? All right. So now we are here this afternoon to put out some more seedlings so that the farmers will be able to to go back into some of what we have lost in Hurricane Beryl. We saw that some of the trees topple over. We saw that based on tree stress, some of the trees would be, we need to be taken out of production. So now what we're doing is to put back a seed in the ground that tomorrow you'll be able to continue with your livelihood. I was about to say amen. I met with the principal, whose name has escaped me just now. And the last time I was here, I gave a commitment. I commit that I would provide a donation to the school in that of an amount of $100,000. And the team has made that possible by having this function on today. And so not only had they asked for appreciate the 100,000, but they also put a position to me as well. They say that the school was not able to print because they didn't have a printer, and they don't have, the need for that. Well, I didn't come with a long hand today, as they would often say. We brought a printer there. Not just any kind of printer, but the printer that we carry is a multifunction printer. It print, it scan, and it photocopy. Right? It comes with a set of cartridges that we would use to print. But I recognize that the school would perhaps do more black and white printing than even colored. So what we did is that we carry some spare cartridges as well. And with that being said, we're not only saying what we're going to do or what we are doing, but we hold true and fast to our commitments. Our commitments, Jakra's commitment, as I being the head of the entity, our commitments are our bonds. That's what we seek to live by, and that's what we want to be recognized for. That's what we want to be known for in the farming industry. Thank you. Now, as every farming community that we have gone into, what of some of them you've heard Jeremy Hines talk about, whether it's a basic school or a primary school, there's one thing that we always look out for. We look out for whether the school has a garden, because we must treat with the gardens as well. And yes, some rather bridging them there. And yeah, we must treat with the school gardens as well. So here what happened. Today, we want to be able to visit the gardens, because we're going to put some seeds in the ground as well. And we're going to leave some fertilizers for treatments, right? And I'm going to be bold enough to ask our RADA friends and the JACRA friends, because together we are all under one ministry. We serve the same purpose, even from different sides, that both JACRA and RADA must collab on having this garden refresh from time to time of the garden, whether it's going to be through fertilizer or whether it's going to be through, whatever activities there is. But we want to ensure that this could result in a dem plot for good agricultural practices. All right. Now, this side, some of our team members were on this side a few weeks ago, and we carry out a number of fertilizers, and we ensure that that what we had then, we know it was not sufficient, and so we promised that we would come back. I am here today to further advise that yes, we will come back with other fertilizers in the area through our advisory officers. There is another area which sufficient to my mind, and I was about to say the name, but it missed me. It slipped me just now. Somewhere on the other side that they plant turmeric and ginger up on one hill. What the hill name? Johnson Mountain, yes. Up on Johnson Mountain. Some of them went up there in Johnson Mountain as well. I want to be able to say to the team that some of our advisory guys will be going back into Johnson Mountain as well. What I'm asking for is that we regulate 7 commodities. What I would love is that while you plant the coffee, we're giving you some cocoa plants as well. We're giving you some nutmeg seedlings as well. And we're giving you some pimento seedlings as well. Plant them out and watch the reward that you will reap from these commodities. Now, there is a research that is currently underway for ginger and turmeric. I can't give out the results yet because it will be premature. But some of the results for ginger is of paramount quality. We know that Jamaica prides ourselves on quality. We have one of the best coffee in the world. We have one of the best cocoa in the world. Our pimento is on top. Our nutmeg, the quality is also on top as well. Now, I don't miss it so, but is what the research have been providing and what has been happening year over year, both locally and international. But here the problem is, farmers. Here is the main problem that we have. And I think that we are on a path that we can overcome the main challenge that we have. You know what the main challenge that we have is? that we're not producing enough. Because we're not able to produce enough, what happened is that we're not able to meet the market demand, full stop. So here's what JACRA has done. JACRA has been mandated through that of its board to meet the farmers. Once you have the available lands to plant these commodity crops, JACRA will be with you side by side. Not only with the plants to put in the ground, but JACRA would ensure that you have the necessary inputs, and the inputs being fertilizer or chemicals to ensure that the field is built out. Now, when we do that, we don't claim any part to it, although we partner with you, but that is yours. That's yours. All that we're trying to ensure is that food security is not treated lightly, but food security will be at the forefront of our minds. Look, we're giving you plants, for example, a cocoa plant that you don't have to wait down the road for it. We're giving you grafted plants that you are certain that within 2 years you'll have a cocoa start. We're giving you we know that for coffee, for some 3 to 4 years it's going to come out. We're giving you grafted pimento trees. We're giving you grafted nut. Wait 4 or 5 years to know whether it's going to bear or not. We're giving you fruitful trees that you can plant and that you can see the reward of your return in short order. That's what we want for our commodities. And when that comes to maturity, JACRA don't leave it yet. Remember, we say we're going to be by your side. Because here's the next thing now. We have international partners who are asking us for cocoa, for argument's sake. Right now, what we're doing is providing linkages between farmers and processors. The linkages is of importance not only to us, the regulator, but it is important to the farmers and as well as to the processors. Let me tell you how for example, you have your cocoa, you reap your cocoa, but sometimes you can't sell your cocoa. JACRA is now in a position to say, here is a processor who is processing cocoa for chocolate or for whatever, and we will link you directly with that farmer, right? That farmer with that processor, so that the processor is now able to meet with the farmer to take your produce. What that does for me, it reduces somewhat of my job and somewhat of my other colleagues, so that the logistics are now taken out, and the logistics are now between the farmer and the processor. And what you see in there now, you see where the processors are now prepared to pay as much as $6,000, $7,500 for a box of cocoa that is on the ground for some $3,500. One simple one like that. Now there are other now I'm in receipt of several calls coming out of our consulates for pimento, for nutmeg, and for our commodities that they are requesting in other foreign countries. That's how you are going to build your wealth too. Because when that starts to happen, you are no longer trading in Jamaican dollars. This is where you are now trading in US dollars, because you are now exporting your commodities. And this is where you can now further sustain your living from a livable income with what is in the field. I say to each and every farmer that is here this afternoon, the opportunity presents itself today. And here we are, that you don't have to come to Kingston for the seedlings. The seedlings come right into Hayfield for you. Right? We're not charging you not a penny. We're gifting you this, that you would make the best of it. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for having us out here, and we appreciate your efforts through resilience. And with that being said, I must also heap commendation not only on the farmers, but also to my own advisory team, my field officers, because all of this is only possible through our advisory officers. Put your hands together for our advisory officers. You don't always see me, but you always see our advisory officers. Any form of complaint, any issues that you have in the field, what the advisory officers these days are doing is that they're going above and beyond their duties to help farmers. I see advisory officers out there with their power saw and with their pruning tools, or with their weed whackers and stuff of the sort, and machete, helping the farmers to clean up their lands so that they can, resuscitate the place, so that they can, farm and stuff of the sort. And that is good, right? What we want to be able to do is to ensure that we have more of these field officers. And here we happen now, and I hear them come tell me, and make sure to turn my back to them. And I hear now for them now to come tell me that they're now pooling their resources together, because when them get called in Westmoreland or in St. Elizabeth, is not only the advisory officers in Westmoreland or St. Elizabeth will be on that side, but them taking resource officers from Portland, St. Thomas, St. Andrew, and them gone down Westmoreland, gone down to St. Elizabeth, gone ensure that based on Hurricane Beryl and the topple pimento trees over there, they make sure to go back and to cut and take out what is not needed for production and replant areas. These are some of the commitments that we have towards our farmers. So ladies and gentlemen, again, for your hard work, your dedication, and let me tell you this, that work that you have put in has not gone blind, and it has not fallen on deaf ears. A seed in the ground reaps reward tomorrow and for the next generation. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.
Yeah, for our own Director General, promise made, promise kept. Today, we are moving to a very special moment. Our teacher, our students, our parents, our PR, Miss Laura, to join us, and our stakeholders. You can choose among yourself as stakeholders one to come join us on the platform now. This is a very special moment. Promise made, promise kept. What else? No, that's friends. From a school or from AP community. Our parents come forward, please. Principal. Okay, some students coming.
Yeah, man, I represent parents from the community.
Students, yeah, come please. Yeah, make them come, because
the others will come around. Yeah. Come, Steve.
No, this. No, the sunlight.
We have to do multiple photos. Alright, shift a bit once again. Alright guys, right here, looking, smiling. Wait, can I move 1 second? Alright, smiling right here, 3, 2. Alright, everyone not looking right here, 3, 2. Yeah, and one more time. 3, 2, 1. Alright, thank you. Alright, perfect.
Everybody got up? Don't move it.
Nice. Everybody come together again.
Alright, ready? Alright, smiling, 3, 2. One more.
Give some more smile. Say farming.
Printer. Alright, thank you.
Alright. Back to part 2 now. We're moving on very nicely. Alright.
However, let me quickly tell you about what we are here today. It is about the 7-Eleven project, and that is a coffee seedling project. We were here just a few weeks ago with assisting with some fertilizers and some plants and chemical in terms of the burial relief. Now we are here today because of 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is a Japanese company from the Hiroshima Coffee Company, and what has happened is that approximately 90% of our coffee that is produced in the Blue Mountain goes to Japan. They have been with us, let's say, ever since the development of the Blue Mountain era, and basically they are the godfathers in the business, the Japanese. They have supported us greatly, and most of the factories that you would have seen within the Blue Mountain era is culminated because of their effort and what they have done. Now, we guarantee that if we produce the last crop completed, we did approximately 250,000 boxes of Blue Mountain coffee. And we are saying if you could produce 500,000, which is twice the amount, that the Japanese will take everything. Now, they would have realized that we are coming from glorious days of some large numbers, and we are on a path of decline. And so the 7-Eleven company, which sells Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee in most of his corner shop in Japan, is saying they want to give back to the Jamaican farmers. This is the second year of the project, and they have contributed 5,000 seedlings last year, and this year again they have donated another 5,000. We are hoping that this partnership with the 7-Eleven will be a continuous one, and I'm sure with an injection of 5,000 seedlings annually within the Blue Mountain era, that means it spreads over the 3 parishes, will make a lot of difference. My advisory team, along with the Director General, we have said that we want as much farm as possible to benefit. Now 5,000 seedling is basically for one farmer. I could take all of that and go home and relax. But we are not like that when it comes to Jacra. We are about equity and ensuring, as you heard from the Director General, that whatever we are doing, it is about giving back to the farmers, ensuring that the farmers are satisfied, and that is what Jacra basically represents. We are saying that in order to develop or resuscitate 1 acre of coffee, that we would normally write on a resuscitation plan that the farmer purchase 150 coffee seedling. Meaning, you're going to have a tree that is non-productive, you have to cut it back, or you might have just have mortality, a tree that just dies. or a tree that, as we say, underperforming and you need to just get it out, right? So 150 seedling is what we recommend from Jackra as a technical team that you would use annually for resuscitation of it. And most of the farmers here know. Each year you're cleaning up, you just look at dry root and plant it somewhere, right? So basically, we are saying that we want this 7-Eleven project to benefit as much farmers as possible. So last year, 50 farmers got 100 seedling. This year, from those 50 farmers, we're going to give them the additional 50 to make the resuscitation for 1 acre. And we're going to give 25 new farmers 100 seedling. We are hoping, and I know the Director General is rubbing his genie ball there, that next year it will be back on board and we can continue this process. Now, we are not only aiming to say give seedling to the farmers, but we are looking for the success story. I know my RADA colleagues here, Mr. Stevens and his team and the JS party, is anxious just like Jackra about this project. We are partners in the business and we collaborate on many other projects and events and activities before. We are saying that come next year, we should be saying to the Japanese, the success story is that Mr. John from Hayfield, based on the inputs that were given along with the seedling, we would have seen an increase in production. So, all the names of the farmers are the beneficiaries. We are mapping your area. That is, we will be taking a geographical location of where you are, your name, telephone number, and we will keep you in our record system. We are saying that the success story is what we are looking for. Farmers of Hayfield, I know you are aware of the numerous benefits that were given out, and we don't have the success story. We are saying that why we are here today and we have delivered 100,000 and a printer is because when we pass back next year, we want the success story. We want to see brighter kids and persons more comfortable in the community. One of the mandates of Jackra is about promotion and growth and development in a sustainable way. There's no way we can come into the area and just talk about coffee, pimento, nutmeg, and we don't talk about the school. There's no way we can come and the social, economic condition of the farmers in the area are not addressed. We are saying to you that we are using this ceremony today as we will be going off into the field to ensure that before we leave, officers, the schools, and some of the farmers, we correctly show you how to plant a coffee seedling. Right? So that when you are the beneficiary, you will know exactly what to do. We are not disrespecting you and say you don't know how to plant a seedling, you know. Because you have been here for many years, even long before me, right? But we are saying from time to time, things change. And we need to keep you abreast as how we carry out things in an efficient and correct manner. I would like to take this moment to officially declare the 2024-25 crop year season of the 7-11 project for the Japanese company UCC. Can I have a copy, please? A plant. Okay. May you see now what you up in here and say we can't catch you. All right, farmers, back over to Mr. Dix. All right, so this is us, and we are saying it's the official launch of the 55,000 seedlings for the farmers of the Blue Mountain areas, and we will be ensuring that farmers from all 3 parishes that represent the Blue Mountain area, St. Thomas, Portland, and St. Andrew, benefits from this.
Will be receiving 50 seedlings each. Could Mr. Crafton Dyer make his way to the front of the state with? He's not here? All right then. Miss Estrana Bernard. Could you have a round of applause, please? All right. So we have a symbolic seedling that that represents the 50 that you're going to get right now. Yeah. Followed by Miss Natalie Constable. All right. Roosevelt Dean. Justina Johnson. Oh, she's not here, right? Warrell Thompson and Anthony Thomas.
On behalf of all the Hayfield Primary and Infant School, I would like to say a heartfelt thank you to the Acting Director General of JACRA, Mr. Wayne Hunter. This gift means so much to us because it will be very essential in our teaching and learning, such as enhancing our learning experience, encourages our creativity, or make our school experience even more enjoyable, knowing that we have the best teachers at our institution. Your generosity shows how much you care about our growth and success. And for that, we are truly grateful. We promise to make the most of this gift and continue striving to do our best. Thank you once again for the art, for your kindness and support. It inspires us to work harder and achieve our goals. Thank you.
Put your hand together for the young students. We are moving on very nicely.
Dixon Chairman, my longtime friend, I just want to take the time out to say, on behalf of my school, to take the time out to say a big thank you, sir, for being the moderator this afternoon. It's a great pleasure. There are a lot of stakeholders. I don't even have their names on paper or anything, but I just want to thank all stakeholders today to take time out of your busy schedule to be here in this memorable function. I can't tell you how elated I am this afternoon. And I love the news team. I love them when they're here, especially because we don't have no road at Hayfield. I like seeing them because they put us on the map. When I see them, I know something good is going to happen. So I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Mr. Acting Director General of JACRA. See there, I don't even know some of the things in JACRA. Sir, I can't tell you how I feel today. Sir, it's a pleasure, sir, having you. See the day when we talked to you, sir, and you made that promise. You know, sometimes people promise you and fulfill you. But this gentleman, he made our day. He made, what did we say, on the map. You put us on the map, sir, because we were desperately in need of a printer, and we love the money too. So we very, very, very much thank you, sir. And our farmers, you always come out. As you hear something, you know, you show your support, and it's good. And I saw the person from Heart Trust. I really like the idea you came out to sensitize the farmers, because we know that they need as much information to pursue their goal, because sometimes you just go in at the dirt and make it. Sometimes they need more than that. And I really appreciate, and I just don't want you to come and say, okay, I want you to come in and give them the knowledge. The school is here. I know the principal won't have a problem. You can teach them something. And I really appreciate for that. Our community family, you know, we are the Hayfield family. Even though I'm about to come from, but I'm part of the Hayfield family now. So I just want to say thank you all. The cameraman, oh, him like take my picture. Yeah. I just want to thank you, all the cameramen, everybody. I thank you all. It's a pleasure. I feel good, and I know my colleagues, they're feeling overwhelmed today. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you here.
Guys, we are moving on. Sergeant Mayak, please come, sir.
All stakeholders, principal, teachers, farmers, well-wishers, member from the fire service. Afternoon to you all. Indeed, it's a warm afternoon. Let me apologize for the late arrival. All right. But let me say, Corporal G. Minot, member of the Cradle Larson unit. I'm stationed in Morant Bay, but I'm along with Constable Hines. Is that Hines? Constable Phantom and Constable Brissett. All right. Let me say greetings to you on behalf of the superintendent of the parish. That is Miss Alison Byfield. She could not be here, so she is hoping that you have a wonderful and fruitful, productive meeting. All right? My charge today, my unit, our roles are to treat with all matters relating to prairie larceny. We also deal with environmental matters such as forestry, wildlife, etc. There's a long list, but by now all of the farmers and other stakeholders would know me quite well. But we all know we have a lot of challenges which include personnel, vehicle, etc. I should be here much longer, but my unit is not available. Other duty may take precedence over it. I'm not happy about it. And in doing so, we have challenges. You know, we also know the impact that the farmers face as it relates to prairie larceny. What are the impacts that I always try to understand? The parting of families when farmers lose what they have. Sometimes farmers complain that this animal should pay my student fee at university, or art goes out for them. Please, we're asking you to understand the struggle that we are going through. But a new day is coming. They will be forming, what's the division? A new prairie larceny division, Sir Chairman. Yes. Ministry of Agriculture stated it in more than one program. So help is coming for all of you farmers. So we're asking you to hold strain with us. Please hold strain. All right? Please report all your concern with us. Don't hold it and say that the police are not doing anything, but at least we want to know the data. We want to know where to pin, where people are losing animals and also crops. All right? Work with the police. Help the police to help you, because prairie larceny is everybody's business. Not just Mr. Dixon's alone, right? Not just Corporal Minot alone. Everybody's business. Let me say, if you ate today, thank a farmer. You must have to thank a farmer. Why? Without the farmer, would be no one at all. Thank you all. I'm still open for questions, and I'll answer them as best as possible. Again, don't be afraid to call the bad police, Morant Bay. My number 898-1583. That is 898-1583. That's a Digicel. All right? We are here to help all of you. We will not shun from your problems. All right? Thank you all. Yeah.
Right. To the yeah, man, what you doing? What you doing? I'm good, good. I'm sorry. Yeah. Which one the first? This
You
one?
want that? I just step on a cucumber. No, man, I step on your cucumber.
Let me say, when you get when you get the seedlings, they are coming from the nursery. We normally use a special mix to do the potting mix, right? So it is easily drained. So once you remove water from it, then they are going to get hard, all right? So I wouldn't want to fling one at anybody's head now. It's a tough process. So one of the first thing in planting is that you get a bucket of water, all right? So we deliver them to you, they might get hard. But before you plant, ensure you get a bucket of water. That is a recipe for survival, all right? So, after ensuring that they are soaked, right, then you remove, right, and the bag can start squeeze. So you see how quick it go back to its normal thing. Now we normally have to get it out of the bag. Gentle people cannot grow in the poly bag. That is an hindrance to the root. They go and tie up the root and thing. Most of us here know what happened to what goes in bag. Will never grow, alright? So we ensure that we sorry, I didn't say we say we remove the bag if we want it to grow. Right. Now, we do not normally recommend planting coffee seedlings older than 6 months. Anybody can tell you why? So we have coffee seedling in the nursery going over 6 months, having more than 6 pairs of leaves. If you count the leaves on both sides, that's how we normally check off, right? So if it goes too old, it means the taller the plant, the same thing goes for the root. We would have learned that the higher the mountain is the same depth we have underneath, right? So what we are saying is that the more the plant grows taller, the more the root system would have been growing. And a small bag like this would have hampered the root zone. So you, first of all, if you plant too much of an old plant from the nursery, you're going to end up in problem. So after we get it from the bag, then we normally have the root at 6 months, reaching the bottom of the bag and start going sideways. Now when we plant in coffee seedlings, we normally plant one type of root system. However, we have 3 types. We have what we call bench root, and everybody know our elbow. Everybody know what a bench is. So it fits like my hand. Yes, fit like my hand, right? So that's a bench. So the root come and turn sideways. And then we have the fork root. And if you notice, guys, I didn't turn the fork up. The fork is down. So you have 2 roots coming out, that is referred to as fork root. So if you're gonna plant the fork root, we ask that you remove 1, right? And 1. So we have the bench and we have the fork, which we don't promote. And then you have the straight root. That is what we want to plant. So right here now, we are saying it's the root goes down to the bottom, and so we normally just pluck it off. So if you have the cutlass, you can cut, all right? So we ensure that we're fine. All right. So luckily these roots never reach down to. Never reach down to the thing. However, in preparing your coffee holes, we have a standard from the industry. No man, that is good.
That good?
Yeah, we have a standard from the industry, and we normally refer to it as preparing coffee hole 2 by 2 by 2, meaning 2 feet wide, that's a square, and 2 feet down. So inside that hole we normally add organic manure, whether chicken manure, and then we build it back to the mound, allow it to soak, if it is fresh manure, for at least 6 weeks, right? So it's just like baking a cake. So if when we jam our sticks in the middle and it comes up wet, all the bakers know cake not ready. So once we go down and we come back up and it is clean, nice and dry, that hole is ready to be planted. However, you can break that length of period by using broken down organic manure, compost, right? The most potent or hard manure is the chicken manure, and it is the best. Iron and nitrogen. However, you can use horse, cow, which is not so much, and you can plant in a shorter time, all right? Now, once we get back the mound up, just like the cake, then we just break away. Now, when you plant in the coffee plant, it should not be planted above the surface here. Gentle people, if you cover it up to this stem, what going to the plant? How much of you would like to be planted alive or buried alive? All right, so wait until you're dead, all right? So you're going to kill it, right? So we're saying get it back to the surface. So this hole was pre-prepared. All we do, we just box away the thing and we're going to put it into this size. Okay, so I'm doing the first one.
So you want me to do it, man?
All right, right? So we go down and we set it to the surface.
Sir, Mr.
One time. Let's step one so we can see Gerald.
Right, so we set it to the surface as we said. We don't go too deep and then we get back our side around. All right? We always try to create our basin, and just like the cake, after a couple weeks, it will set and everything will be back at one level. So one of the first things, as we say, ensure that you soak the plants in water, ensure that you get it, squeeze the bag, remove the bag, ensure we don't have no bench or fork root, we have a straight root. And these coffee seedlings are desirous in terms of they reach the 6 months, so they are ideal for planting. If it is older, ensure that you remove the bench or the root that reaches to the bottom before you plant.
Alright, Mr. Hunter time, then a student, then a principal.
Alright, so we have a farmer here, come on. Alright, so this is, what, remember my name?
Hardy.
Hardy, so Hardy the Daddy is going to demonstrate how he plants the double pot coffee seedling. So remember I planted one single one, you know. Now Hardy have 2 in this pot. So what Hardy going to do?
No, Mr. Hunter,
no man, Hardy I'll do this one, then Mr. Hunter before.
Okay.
Right here.
In the picture,
Yeah.
Together. Yeah. Alright, Hardy, talk to me now where I going.
No, I'll take off the excess dirt.
Yes.
We can find the root.
Yeah, man.
If it bench or...
Right, so looking good so far?
Yeah.
But now we have a double, so you're going to plant them same way?
No, I'll burn it here.
Right, so what we do when you get the double farmers, we are saying we still plant the 2 in the hole, but we just separate them about 4 inches from each other, alright? Alright, but you never prepare the hole.
I said, what farmer, bro? That's great.
Right, so even though you get 2 farmers, if you are skilled enough, you can get 2 from the one pot, alright? So you can plant them in separate holes as you go along. However, you can put 2
No, you have to bend, you have to bend it.
Alright?
Come, Gerald. Come on. Come.
What is it?
All I'm doing is a demonstration. Madam Principal, children, please come this way. Yes. Come on.
Ensure that the plant is soaked already. Give them one of the soap plants.
Now can go. Yes. Put some more dirt around it and brace it to the side.
No.
Good. Now.
Next side. Okay.
So Gerald,
Oh, Mickey.
No, Mickey is there, man.
Oh, okay.
Children? Oh. Them don't want to drop, sir. Huh? They don't want to drop.
Them are watching.
They're watching you.
They're looking. 4 inches apart. Right?
Yeah.
You should know all this and tell me all right.
But I just said yeah.
No, I'm done. I'm done. Alright? Huh? There's one more over there?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright.
I mean, I'm working and trying to get to that line. You should want to make photos. You can fit it for
You have to be separated by how they come in the bag, alright?
Alright.
But farmers, we do encourage you, if you want to get a wider acreage, to plant one. Understand?
Yes.
One is just as productive as two. Because what happens when you plant two is that
that's it.
Alright, one more. 3, 2. Perfect.
Alright.
Thank you.
Okay.
Quick.
Wow.
My brain's quick.
Yes, madam.
Maybe this look like somebody. Alright, boss.
Oh, sorry. You're good, man. You know, on the pan TV. I was here.
No, I block your shot to the principal.
Yeah, they deserve to come here.
You say in their place this.
Come on, guys. You can go wash your hands. Kenrick. My iPod